Hi Diego, howdy YouTube. So I guess I should do a hi Diego, howdy YouTube. We are unboxing some barbecue kit stuff. This here box is actually for the new studio. And I just wanted to go over what I had in my kit, so I did that with a bunch of slides. And then I wanted to show you my propane cooker I got. And that's just your basic, put a kettle on it and it cooks up. So we'll unbox this, set it up, and see what we all think. Do some other, oh look, a thermometer. Have to test that. Alright, basically the instructions say bolt it together. And that's what I'm going to do. For tools, I'll try to use a pair of dikes and a universal screwdriver. I have the large Phillip tip inserted. And if you haven't seen my screwdriver, it's kind of cool. It has a telescopic thing, magnetic thing there. So you can pick stuff up with it, and it has lights. The instruction manual states to read and understand the instruction manual before you start. It's kind of hard since, well, they also say to use all the parts. I have no use for those washers, and I can't imagine finding a use for them after reading the instruction manual. I have no idea what these are, but I hope by the time I get through I'll figure it out. They have two sets of screws. These are insert set screws, and these are normal set screws. And I just happened to notice that this ring, both of them have insets, which means that it'll be flush. You can see this with the ring, and it won't stick out, and you can't catch yourself on it somehow. But they don't mention that in the instructions either, or why they have more than twice as many washers, and they don't mention the standard washers. They only mention the lock washers. But basically it goes on like that with the leg there. So I'm going to put this last leg on, rotate them up to where they need to be, and tighten it up. Alright, this is kind of like what she's supposed to be looking like. This comes in here somehow. And then I guess we're going back up here. Oh, that's bent. The next step would be hooking these up, and it looks like we're going to need 2, 4, 6 screws. Alright, and for this next step I've decided to go ahead and start using up some extra washers. I'm going to put one on each side. Just because I can. Then the lock washer, then the nut. I'm going to go through and do all these, and I'll get right back to you. Alright, it's hard to see, but this lock washer was on crooked from the factory and it's damaged the thread, so I'm going to see if I can repair these threads a little bit so I can use it. Alright, using this washer that was already on there, I was able to unscrew it and then screw it back down and get my screwdriver in there and flake off the busted pieces of metal, and I'm almost to the point where I can get this one off, so hopefully once I reach that point I'll be able to use this. It really sucks that somebody had a bad day at the manufacturing plant and just slammed that nut on. I spent 15-20 minutes trying to repair this so I don't have to return the product or take it over to my uncle's welding shop and use a tap and die on it. You know, if you're having a bad day at work, toughen up. Don't ruin somebody else's day down the line. Alright, here we have the finished product with a bunch of washers, one screw, and one nut that I don't know what they're for. Anyways, the flame comes out here. You screw your propane tank in there. The 3-piece ring goes on the top and the 6-piece ring goes on the bottom, so you can screw these tabs. I had no idea what they were for. Biggest problems were the instruction manual is for multiple products and they don't give good detailed instructions on how to put this together, but Angie decided to look at the picture on the box and figured out these go here. So we reversed that process and we have a finished product where we can do crawfish boils or cook on it with a frying pan just like any gas burner. That'll be our newest addition to the studio in the shop, and I hope you enjoyed this and a look at my mobile barbecue kit, which let me bring forward. With telescopic handle. Alright, another addition to my studio. I actually found something that was made in the US. It's a 3-shelf plastic stand that I'm going to use for my spices and sauces and stuff, not motor oil.
That's good.
Thank you for watching. See you later, YouTube. Bye, Diego. Alright, 30 minutes later, I was able to repair the threads that some jerk at the factory screwed up because they didn't do their job when they were paid to put this on without breaking it. Anyways, it cost me 30 minutes of my life and I'm not appreciative of it. And I'm going to mention that in my video. Anyways, I just want to point out that these screws here, I have a really heavy duty tip and they started to strip out before they got tight. So I'm going to have to go find an exact size wrench for this and use the screwdriver to hold it while I tighten the nut. Because I'm just going to strip the screw out if I try to tighten it any more than that. And they're obviously not tight enough as it is. So I'm going to go find me a wrench. Alright, way back when I said I didn't tighten these down all the way. To get this hole to line up, I had to literally move it from over here to over there, just contorting. So when you're assembling things, you don't tighten up all the bolts till it's basically in place, and then you tighten everything down. That's just a tip. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. I assume most of you do. Alright. I should have put these screws with the screw points out, just because my screwdriver doesn't fit. So far I haven't really needed to use the screwdriver. This is the first one I've had to actually, and you see I'm not really even using the screwdriver much. But I was able to tighten these up with just the dikes from the outside, and because there's so much torque going on here, I didn't need the screwdriver. Otherwise I'd have to go find my stubby to probably get it like that from the bottom. But notice the bottom isn't easy to get to. I mean, folks, you can't use all the parts if you gave me too many and you don't tell them. And they don't even mention this in the instruction manual. So I think they need to get somebody back on their instruction manual and get that right. Basically, these will all pivot up like this, and we'll put the next piece on. These are some good destructions, let me tell you. So I will bolt these together and get back to you. And we'll leave everything loose till it's all together, and then we'll tighten it up really good.